Franklin says, and I quote, he says, an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of care. Yes, in simple terms, prevention is better than cure. My name is Fashion Oyetolani, your T-Fash baby girl from the Savage Line. I'm your clinical nutritionist and registered dietitian on media. It's still a discussion about food, about your immune system, and about viruses, all forms of pathogenic infections. Yes, we've been talking about uh, the place of what the immune system is all about. And to recap on that, I would say briefly the immune system is like a castle, like I always say, that has three floors. And of course, the first part of the castle, which is the innate immunity that is inborn in all of us, that comes out first to as the first barrier against pathogens, against viruses, against bacteria. We have the physical innate barriers such as the skin, the mucous membrane, the orifices that leads from inside out. The nose, the mouth, the ears, the genital organs. These are barriers. Those mucous membrane and like the skin, the sebaceous gland, they are rich in lysosome. They are antiseptic in action, and they can ward off bacteria from entering the body. So these are the innate immune system, and it's quite limited. Of course, we have the acquired. So like I said, the fourth floor is like where you have the body, where you have the gateman, we're able to stop visitors or strange people from coming in. This is what these barriers does. But by the time you get to the second floor, this is where you have the bigger guys, the neutrophils, the macrophages. These ones they actually kill, toxins. They actually kill toxins. They prevent the flow of these toxins, of those viruses into the bloodstream. Yes, the neutrophils, the macrophages. I call them like the sentries on the second floor, the archers that are ready to attack when they see now the toxin is entered in, but they don't want it to go into deeper places where it can cause damage. And then the third floor, that is where you have the biggest guys. The B cells, the T cells. These are guys that actually engulf and destroy viruses. They destroy major pathogens in the body, the B cells, the T cells. So the immune system is like a network of organs, of systems, of tissues that protect the body from external organisms that are harmful, like viruses, like bacteria, and toxins, and so on and so forth. So what can you do to improve your immune system? Because like I said, the innate is limited. For children, for instance, babies, their own acquired immunity, that's the second kind of immunity that grows over time. Yes, it's not really mature, and that's why we encourage mothers to do a lot of breastfeeding. So rich in a lot of immunological strength, and is able to enrich the baby's immune system. So back now to nutrition. Does nutrition play a role in your immune system and in how strong your immune system is to ward off viruses, to ward off bacteria, to ward off all forms of infection? Yes. Nutrition has a role to play. It influences both the innate, that means the inborn immunity, and the acquired immunity. Now, it has been known that nutrition deficiency can weaken the immune system's ability to recognize and to deal with viruses, with pathogens of all sorts. So what do you do to your immune system? And that is why I'm here to talk about the dietary aspect to empowering your immune system. Number one, food. Yes, of course we know. Number one, you need to know that when we talk about malnutrition, because malnutrition is that deficiency when you don't have enough of energy, you don't have enough of nutrient stores that can enrich your immune system to resist infections, to resist viruses and all of that. So malnutrition is not just for those who have kwashiorkor, who have marasmus, they are underweight, they don't have food to eat. Even those that have enough money, that seem to be of optimum weight, they can have malnutrition, because malnutrition is either you have overnutrition, or you have undernutrition. Yes, you could have macronutrient deficiency, you could be obese, all of these factors. You could be taking more of quantity and not quality. So what are the foods that you should make sure that your diet is rich in your dietary intakes? Number one are proteins. Proteins are very, very vital, because virtually all the organs of the body, the organs, the tissues, the major systems, they comprise proteins. Yes, they are made up of proteins. The hormones, the enzymes in the body, the endocrine system, they chiefly consist of proteins. In fact, all the body fluids, except for bile and urine, have proteins in them. So, and when your immune system, it's one of its major fuels are proteins. And then, of course, the antibodies, they chiefly consist of proteins more than any other constituents in the body. So you see that the proteins are very, very important. What kind of proteins? The lean proteins, not the fatty proteins. I'm talking about your poultry. I'm talking about your lean beef. I'm talking about eggs. I'm talking about milk, of course. Milk, less fatty one, especially if you're on the overweight side. Why? Because the more fat is in your protein, the less the protein value. Another thing you need to know are the plant proteins. These incomplete proteins, well, they are not complete, so you may not really maximize their protein value, except you add animal proteins to it. For instance, your plant proteins such as pulses, such as beans, legumes, legume family pulses, beans, lentils, green peas, you can improve their protein activity by including maybe fish or crayfish. These are animal proteins, and in that way they get more balanced and they can benefit your body. And we should know that too much of proteins is harmful to your kidneys. So your protein intake should be between 15 to 20% of your diet. That means it shouldn't be more than your carbs. Now, the second food constituent that you should have are the we call them the immunomodulators, the arginine and the glutamine. And what foods consist of this, rich in this arginine and glutamine? The omega-3 and the omega-6 omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Omega-3, you find it in your extra virgin olive oil, which is good for your salads, for your spreads, or for your sautés. And then, of course, your major cooking, you can use canola oil, you can use soy oil. They have some level of omega-3 in them. Omega-3 is in salmon fish, is in Titus fish, is in mackerel, is in herring fishes. You know, those fishes I mentioned, they have more omega-3 than croaker, than hake or express, and all those other kind of fishes. Yes, you can benefit from them. And then omega-6, you find it in the nuts. That's polyunsaturated fatty acids. You find it in the nuts. You find it, in some of this other food, like walnut, like cashew nut, like almond nut. All of these foods together would help you. And peradventure, you can get them, or you don't really like Titus fish, you don't like all of this, you could take the supplement. But supplements are not what you live on for a long time. Now, apart from that, what other food constituent is very essential at this time? I'll call these ones glycoproteins. Yes, glycoproteins are found chiefly in T cells. And remember, I said T cells are the ones that engulf viruses. Now, I forgot to mention that the immunomodulators, one of the good things about them, the omega-3, the arginine, glutamine that are found in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, one of the good things is that they synthesize proteins and they improve the response of the immune response of the body. So you need them. Now, the glycoproteins, you find them chiefly in pectins and gums. Pectins, one of the richest fruits in pectins is your apple, is your broccoli, is your apple, your pear, especially the English pear. Avocado is also good. And then, of course, in your garlics, you find a lot of pectins there. And what they do is that they fight viruses. They engulf viruses. You find these glycoproteins in T cells, which are the major fighters in the body. So you know why an apple a day actually keeps the doctor away. So I like us to encourage us to do more of these foods. And of course, after that, let me talk about micronutrient deficiency. We miss it a lot when we focus on the macronutrients like carbohydrate, protein, water, fiber. Yeah, balanced diet, that's fine. But what about the micronutrients like zinc? All of those things are what helps, especially against prostate disorders and the likes of it. And all those foods, zinc, iron, iodine, calcium, potassium, you find them in your seafoods. You find them in your seafoods, you find them in your Mediterranean diet. So you find them also in your whole grains, like whole wheats, like oats. Brown rice, local rice, in your red wine too. So we should do lots of all these foods. And then I'll wrap it up with vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is very powerful and helpful in this time, because it helps in collagen synthesis, it helps in wound repair, bone repair, and of course it helps in immune response, because your antibodies, the white blood cells, they chiefly consist of vitamin C. So you see why it is so important. And vitamin C is in your pepper, so you need a lot of stews at this time. Your pepper, your tomatoes, your potatoes. It's in your lemon, of course, in your green tea, in your green leafy vegetables, in your broccoli, and quite a number of fruits. That time, it's not on my side to mention them all. And of course, your vitamin A, very, very, very important in your carrots, and in your orange fleshed fruit. This is a good place for me to stop. I want us to know that your nutrition status will go a long way in determining how strong your immune system is. So you go today, eat to live, and then live to eat. I remain your T-Fash baby girl, and this is Nutrition Gist. Till we meet again, take good care of yourself. And remember, your best guard man for your body is your immune system. Guard them well. Bye for now.